While writing this review, I caught myself multiple times referring to High Stakes as Hot Pursuit 2, and honestly, it's not far from the truth. High Stakes was released for PlayStation and PC in 1999, just a year after Hot Pursuit. The two games share a lot of similarities. They use the same engine, have identical arcade-style handling, and the PC version, which is the focus of this review, even includes all the tracks from Need for Speed 3. However, don't underestimate it or see it as just an extended version of that game. High Stakes makes significant strides forward, improving on nearly every aspect compared to its predecessors. For starters, it introduces a career mode for the first time. The familiar single race, knockout, and tournament modes are still there if you're looking for a specific race or want to customize your experience, but the career mode clearly takes a center stage here. The career mode consists of series of cups divided into 5 tiers. Winning gold in one tier unlocks the next. Conquer all 10 cups and you'll gain access to the final tournament of champions. Each cup is made up of series of events, which can include tournaments of varying length and difficulty, from 3 2-lap races to 6 grueling 8-lap endurance events. I still get chills remembering the North American Tour Circuit number 3. And knockouts, where the last place driver in each race is eliminated. There is a new addition to the series, high stakes races. In these tense one-on-one duels, your car is literally on the line. Win and you take your opponent's car, lose and you say goodbye to your own. The name high stakes isn't just for show. In career mode you have a budget to manage. You'll be buying cars and paying entry fees for each event you join. And by the way, there is no restart button here. If you mess up, you'll have to deal with consequences. Thankfully, the game won't leave you completely broke. Prize money is distributed among all races. The winner takes the biggest share, but even finishing last will help you recover at least part of your entry fee. Plus, you won't be allowed to enter high stakes events if you only own one car. And if somehow you ended up with no cash left, the game has a safety net. You can always return to the very first European tour, which has no entry fee. This clever design choice prevents the risk of soft lock and ensures you can always keep racing. You'll need to keep an eye on your budget not just for buying cars and covering entry fees. Better save a little extra for repairs too. Oh yeah, damage now matters. If you enjoy using opponents as brake pads or prefer to slide through corners like a bobsled, I've got a bad news for you. Repairs can get expensive. Especially once you hit the AA class vehicles, where a demolition derby can leave you so broke that even a first place prize won't cover the bill. And fixing your car isn't optional. Damage here is more than just cosmetic. Allow me to present Exhibit A, how I managed to wreck my McLaren to the tune of 25k bucks. As you can see, there are 4 damage categories: body, engine, suspension and steering, each affecting top speed, acceleration, handling and braking respectively. You can either repair everything at once, or, if you're tight on cash, focus on specific areas to keep your car raceworthy. The damage mechanic isn't just a financial headache, it plays a crucial role during races themselves. Not every event is quick couple of laps. The game features endurance-style races lasting 6, sometimes even 8 laps, often on a challenging track and occasionally paired with harsh weather conditions like heavy snowfall or storms. These aren't just about crossing the finish line first, they're about crossing the finish line at all. When after several painful laps, you'll start noticing your car sparking, making strange noises, struggling more and more with turns, and losing the acceleration needed to keep up with rivals. When you'll find yourself mashing the escape key repeatedly, desperately hoping a magical restart button will appear, like that mythical something tasty we keep searching for in the fridge but never find, and when the realization hits that you might have to start the entire grueling championship over, veins bulging on your forehead, you'll drop to your knees, raise your fist to the sky and cry out, "Why didn't I drive more carefully?" or "What do I have to do to make my car faster?" And you shall hear the answer. So answering the question, why didn't you drive more carefully? Well, you should have listened to me, I warned you. But if you're wondering how to drive faster, Need for Speed High Stakes introduced a groundbreaking feature for the series: car upgrades. Oh yes, long before Underground, before Vin Diesel's glorious testosterone-soaked bald head took center stage as Dominic Toretto, and long before every boy aged from 1 to 100 started dreaming of Toyota Supra and Jordana Brewster in that exact order, Need for Speed already let you tune your rides back in 1999. Of course, the upgrade system was quite simple. Almost every car, except for the AAA class ones, could be upgraded with special kits that enhanced its performance. There were 3 kits in total, each unlocking after purchasing the previous one. Beyond technical improvements, the car also received visual upgrades, new rims, a spoiler, and on the 3rd upgrade level, even racing stripes. I really enjoyed the career mode in Need for Speed High Stakes. Today it feels like a standard feature for racing games, but believe it or not, back in the 90s career modes were far from common. For its debut in the Need for Speed series, it was surprisingly well executed. The progression from simple, short championships with B-class cars to expensive, challenging AAA class races, where a minor repair could cost as much as the prize money from the 2 early events, was both engaging and rewarding. However, I must admit that some of the late game races felt incredibly tedious. The previously mentioned North American tour was brutal, not just because of its long race durations, but also due to the repetitive track selections, which the same circuits being reused in reverse, at night, or with weather effects. Among other modes, the beloved Hot Pursuit mode returns, now with 3 variations. The classic one, familiar from the 3rd game where you need to win the race and avoid being caught. Getaway, where you have to avoid being caught within a certain time limit. And Time Trap, where you need to complete a certain number of laps within a time limit, and as you get a ticket the time decreases. Each mode as before can also be played as police, with the goal being to catch and arrest the racers. It's a fun mode, which can be especially enjoyable if you get to play it with friends. In discussions of classic Need for Speed games from pre-underground era, high stakes is rarely mentioned. Hot Pursuit is much more commonly referenced, and while I have all due respect for the latter, high stakes is really an underappreciated gem that deserves much more attention. This game was ahead of its time, with a detailed career mode, damage mechanics, an upgrade system, and racing with cars at stake. It also featured the classic mods from the previous game, allowing players to return to racing sandbox, customize races for their liking, and enjoy the experience here and now without the complexities of the career mode. If by some miracle you found this video and had the patience to watch until this point, then treat yourself and play high stakes. Trust me, you won't waste your time. Leave your comments about your impressions and I'll be happy to chat with you. As always, this was Radio Nick, still here, still kicking, so if anyone's watching, hit that subscribe button. I don't plan on stopping and I'll see you in the next video.